Hey everybody, welcome back to a new video here on the TrackDigits channel. Today we are looking at Fantomstarter, one of the projects in our database. We're going to look at the vesting schedule, the tokenomics, the upcoming unlocks, and more. If you want to review any of this information yourself, feel free to go down below and click the link to sign up for TrackDigits for absolutely free. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with this. So Fantomstarter, definitely a popular launchpad on the Phantom network. Now that the bear market is slowly but surely coming to an end, launchpads are getting interesting again, especially with AI pad getting so much popularity. You might be looking to get into some other launchpads. So let's go ahead and look at Fantomstarter, how the launchpad is performing during this bear market, and what the vesting schedule looks like. So as we can see over here in the first column, are the upcoming releases. Now, what we can see here is when and how many tokens are going to be released to, for instance, the team, rewards, liquidity, pre-seed, that sort of stuff. Clicking on categories, we can see what categories will be vesting tomorrow on the 2nd of March. It's going to be the marketing, development, team, advisors, foundation, and foundation 2. Now, the total amount of tokens will be 16.8 thousand, which has a value of $150,000. This is 16% of the circulating supply, meaning that it is pretty relevant. If 16% of the total circulating supply hits into the market, that is bound to have some form of impact. Now, obviously, this is not financial advice. We're just reading the data, and you guys get to make up your own mind and decisions depending on the data that you're seeing. But it's definitely an interesting metric, and we can also see that it is 491% of the daily trading volume. So big releases, and this is happening every single month. So April 2nd, May the 2nd, June 2nd. And that is because all of these categories are currently in a monthly vesting schedule. Now, if we move over to the vesting graph, we can exactly see where we are in the middle of this vesting process. So this is all 2022. Here we are in 2023. So we're not even halfway into the vesting schedule. Now, most of the public rounds have already been vested. As you can see, public vested mostly throughout the TGE and the first couple of months. And private had a bit of a longer runway, but after just a couple of months already ended vesting as well, mid-2022. You can see pretty much the same trend here for liquidity. It also stopped vesting quite early on, and development does go on for much longer, but we're talking about so development does go on for quite a while longer. So most of what we see right now are these categories coming back, the team members taking a big cut of these tokens, and foundation for the company taking another very big cut, development and marketing backing that up. So important to note that these are not retail investors that are gaining their tokens. They already have their tokens, and the, let's just call them the dumpers, right? They already dumped their tokens, right? Most of them. So retail investors are not getting tokens anymore. It's the development team, the core team, it's the advisors. Now, I'm not saying that these people cannot dump tokens. They absolutely can, but they are different sorts of people than, let's say, a public round investor who is more likely to sell their tokens as soon as they receive them versus the core team that is invested in the project and would likely want to hold on to their tokens as to not impact the price too much, to give security to the users of the platform, but also to sell the tokens when the token price is higher. So although we're seeing a lot of tokens hitting the market, sell pressure is not really that high because of the categories that are vesting. Now, that's also why you do not see an investment average ROI, because these are not categories that bought their tokens. These are the team members, the marketing departments, etc. Moving forward, you can see the tokenomics here as well. If you are interested in that, once again, you can visit this page yourself and look at all of the information in much more detail. Moving down to the price movement. Now, this is one of the great features of TrackDigits, where you can see one of the most recent vesting releases and can review the price before and after the release. Now, if we click on this graph, we can actually see an average of the price movements before and after any token release happens. So as you can see, all of this is linked from the past. So these are the 3 past months when these 6 same categories vested. Here is how the price behaved. Apart from last month, the trend has always been that the price will be up before any vesting occurs, and after the vesting occurs, the price will go down. That is why if we click on this graph, we will see the average, which means, or at least which shows that before the token release, the price is anywhere between 0 to 5% up, and pretty much just before the tokens are released, it will go down a little bit. And after that, 24 to 72 hours on average, the token is up by 23%. Now, these are statistics. These are averages, meaning that it's not always going to go this way, but statistically, in the past, this is how the token has behaved. Very useful information if you're looking to trade on a short term. If you are looking to trade on a more longer term, obviously the vesting schedule will be much more interesting for your information and the tokenomics. Moving down here to our last metric that we currently have available on TrackDigits is the more detailed form of tokenomics. Here you can see the vesting string, you can see the total supply, the ROI, and that is one thing that I think is quite interesting. If you look at the ROI, you can see that seed, private, as well as public made immense gains with Fantomstarter. 135% for the public and 305% for private, with more than 500% for the seed investors. Keep in mind, these people already have their tokens, so you do not have to be afraid for them dumping. They already did, right? If you get your tokens and you're in a 300% plus, you sell your tokens right away. Anyone would do that. So this was bought at 0022. As we can see right now, the price is still above that, which is just mind-blowing, right? They bought their tokens a year ago. This is a launchpad, and the price is still above TGE. So Fantomstarter gave immense returns, and chances are that the team members are probably selling at least part of their tokens, because 89 is not bad at all, but it's quite likely that they're holding on to it because in the next bull run, launchpad tokens are likely to perform very well once again. Anyways, all of that is of course purely speculation. Now, what TrackDigits offers is not just the data for Fantomstarter. You can see all sorts of projects. We have over 300 projects in our database. You can go over here to the search bar and you can click on anything that you want. If you want to review Sandbox, or you want to review, for instance, ApeCoin, you can click on it and you can review the same data for these projects as well. Now, all you have to do is sign up. It is completely free, and then you can go ahead and get started as well. All right, everybody, thank you so much for joining me again today. I wish you guys an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.